insomnia today. So I think we've all probably experienced this at some point. Some people experience it really regularly, and for others it's brought on by like stress or illness, or sometimes the full moon. For me it's the dark moon, so the bit in the middle. I seem to sleep worse then, and then the full moon I just sleep later but for longer. So it has been scientifically proven now that it does affect what's called sleep latency. So it pushes your REM sleep a bit later on than you would normally take it in the night. But yoga's really good for insomnia in many ways. It's really good for tapping into that vagal nerve, parasympathetic nervous system, which is what we call our rest, digest and relax state. So in order for sleep to either be restorative or to happen in the first place, we need to be relaxed enough to allow that to happen. It's also good for mindfulness. So there's a lot of terms of mindfulness thrown around, but the way I think about it is being in the present moment. So you're not reeling backwards or forwards, and you'll know, you get those, I'm trying to fall asleep, why am I thinking about that thoughts, like, oh, I've got to do this tomorrow, or can't believe that happened today. Sometimes you wake up again in the night and it all comes to you then. So incorporating mindfulness can be really useful for just bringing yourself back into the moment. So what we're going to do today is some postures that activate our vagal nerve, our parasympathetic nervous system. We're going to do lots of forward folds because that's where we activate that nerve. We're going to incorporate some mindfulness, and then we're going to do a really nice deep Yoga Nidra. So Yoga Nidra actually translates as yogic sleep. So even if you can't actually fall asleep, Yoga Nidra has been proven to be nearly as restorative as actual sleep, and that's why it's called yogic sleep. So you can take this kind of practice before bed or at any point in the day to allow your body to regenerate, and your mind as well. So it can be really effective if you struggle to actually sleep. It's a useful tool. And this routine you could do before bed. It's really nice and slow, it's really gentle. You could do it on your bed if you wanted to. So we're recording it today so that you've got it on record and you can use it whenever you want. And if you enjoy the bit at the end, I'd be happy to record an audio version of that so you don't have to look at a screen. So let's make a start. Come to any comfortable seat. It can look like this, or it might be legs outstretched. You might be on a block or a blanket, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And we're going to arrive in our yoga session now. So if you want to, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Start to bring some alignment into your body. So tuning into your body, feeling it, sitting on whatever prop you're on, in the space around you where you are in the room. Stacking your shoulders over the hips and growing tall through the spine. Give your shoulders a big roll up and down your back body to open your heart, and soften your arms in. Just relax your arms, but bring them in closer to your body, and the crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. Now take a little scan through your body. I'm not trying to analyse anything here or try and figure out what's going on. It's just an awareness of the body as it is without changing it. Total acceptance of the body as it is, just meeting it where it's at and being aware of your body right now. So you can start from the top of your head and scan down into your toes, or you can do it the other way around if you want to. Regular yoga practice also helps with melatonin production. Again, that's a real science behind yoga. They've done studies that prove that people that practice yoga and mindfulness have increased levels of melatonin. So if you struggle with your melatonin levels, that's a really good practice to bring it in. So start to tie the breath and the body together by feeling your body breathing. So you might feel the rise and fall of your chest and belly, or maybe a combination of both. And by shining your awareness on the breath and the body together, you may notice that they just automatically, organically slow down a little bit and maybe get a little bit deeper. With each out breath, I want you to soften into your body a little bit. So soften through the jaw, through the eyes. Let your shoulders melt down and relax. Don't spend energy where it's not needed. So another important lesson in life is to always reserve a little bit of energy. If you keep burning yourself out or pushing yourself to 100%, and something happens where you are required to have some energy, you're not going to have any left. So I always like to think about keeping a little bit back. And you can apply that to both your yoga practice and your everyday life. And thinking about your life and where maybe you can pull a little bit of energy back in just to keep as a reserve. And when you're ready, bring your attention to your mind. You can imagine yourself looking down into your own mind, if that helps. And again, we're not trying to change anything at this point other than simply noticing what's going on in our mind this morning and how that might be affecting our body, our energy and our breath. Without getting caught up or tangled in it, you are the observer of your human experience and not the experience itself. So try to stay in that place of witnessing throughout these processes. In this space, you might like to set an intention for your practice this morning. It could be based on what we're doing, so it could be something like, I trust my body will get all of the rest that it needs. I trust that my body will get all of the rest that it needs. Whatever comes up is perfect. Just repeat it 3 times in your mind. If you have your legs crossed one way, just simply change them over if you want to. And then we're going to start to warm the body up with some gentle free-flowing movements. So if you want to, you can start with the head and neck and join me, but you can move any part of your body, and you might start with some head circles. It might be looking up and down, it might be looking over one shoulder and then the other. Just make sure that you change directions. And today, even if it feels super difficult, I want you to really practice slowing down and being in the moment with your body, the sensations and the experience that you're having. So you're really diving deeply into that. These neck stretches, again, really effective for switching on the vagal nerve system. Let those movements come down into the shoulders, so give your shoulders a big roll. It might be a shake or a shrug or anything in between. You can keep your head and neck still, or you can keep moving it, or maybe you explore a different part of the body. This is your experience and your body, so just be guided by sensations and urges rather than thinking too logically about it, or trying to fit into a certain shape or have a certain experience. Just be open to everything. And when you're ready, taking your arms up above you in that full body stretch, if that feels okay. Maybe you reach one arm and then the other. And then start to explore this space around you, so pushing energy that's not useful out, away, out of your energy field. And then at the same time, creating that protective bubble, that space around you, so nobody else's stuff is going to come in, and you can envision that, you can feel that, or you can just trust the process as you move your fingers around. So really explore the space. You can explore the floor, the air, reach up high, reach down low. And then you'll notice as you start to move your hands and arms that your spine's going to join in. So maybe exploring some twists, some side bends, forward fold, back bend. Just thinking about all of the different ways your spine can move. So the spine again is a really good place to find security in your body. So that's our location of security. So thinking about the spine and the back of the body can bring in a sense of safety to the body. So if your sleep issues are related to feeling unsafe in some way, it's a good place to start. So when you're ready, start to think about the hips a little bit. So again, it might be just rocking on the hips, it might be circling the spine, it might be tucking and untucking the pelvis, or squeezing the pelvic floor and then releasing it down to the earth. Again, like we did, I think last week, working with the hips to release stress, tension, trauma, things that might stand in our way of restful sleep. And then when you're ready, stretching the legs out, and you can just play around here. So maybe again exploring the folds, maybe it's the ankles and the toes. You might want to keep your socks on today. We're doing really restful poses, so there's no kind of balancing or gripping of the feet involved. And it's, again, for some people can be really relaxing to have warm feet. We lose a lot of heat out of our head and our toes and feet, so keeping the socks on might make you feel a little bit more relaxed. Lovely. Just have a quick check-in. Is there anywhere that needs a shake, a wiggle, something that needs readdressing to release? And then when you're done, you're going to come back to your comfortable seat, but take your time. So the first pose we're going to come into is a child's pose. You can pick your version of this, so you can have your knees wide and your toes together in a wide-leg child's pose, or maybe you keep your feet apart and your knees underneath your hips, whichever one feels best for you. And if you want to, you can come down onto a cushion, a bolster or a block, or you can just come straight down onto the floor. And this, again, the arms can be whatever way feels most restful for you. So child's pose, again, usually a pretty safe pose for people to find themselves in. It kind of tucks you into your own little inner world, shuts off all of those outside distractions. And as it's a forward fold, again, tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system and helping you move your body and move your mind into that state of relaxation, of rest. So opportunity here to breathe deeply and feel the lungs expanding at the sides and the back of your body as well as the front. Let your belly be soft. Let it melt down towards the earth. And bringing in gratitude for this moment of peace and quiet that many of us do not get to experience from the moment we open our eyes. stretch your arms out to the top of your mat, really stretching into your back, all the way through your back down to the base of your spine. And then slowly draw your hands back underneath your shoulders, pressing into the palms and coming up. Bring your knees together if they're apart, and take a little bit of a back bend here just to reset the spine. So start at the lower back, middle back, and work into the upper back. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way into butterfly pose. So if you need a little extra help here, you could sit onto a block or a blanket. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall apart. If your body is feeling a little bit stiff this morning, it is really cold and it's early in the morning, so these are when usually the body is a little tighter. You can stay right up here, but if not, you're going to start to fold over those legs. And just trust the process. You might only go down 1 millimetre this morning, but as you relax deeper, your body will allow you to go where it needs to go. It might not be very far, and that's okay. So tuck your chin, allow your spine to arch, relax your face, relax your shoulders. Surrender here. Once again, experiencing the lungs and the ribs as a 360 kind of experience, feeling them expand throughout the whole body. Thinking about places you might still be holding tension unconsciously. So is that in the hips? Is that in the jaw? Use your out breath to release that tension. Even if it's just 1% of that tension, that's a step in the right direction. Doesn't have to all go today. Just starting that process. Be gentle with your body, with your experience, and with releasing whatever needs to be released. Things don't have to happen overnight. Bless you. When you're ready, bringing your palms to the ground, press into the earth, lift your body up and walk your hands back towards your body. Just knock your knees together for a second by stepping the feet wide, just to reset those hips. And then we're going to come down onto the earth and we're going to do the same thing, but this is reclined bound angle. So soles of the feet together, knees drop apart. Have your strap handy if you're going to use a strap today. So I want to borrow one, there's one in the bottom of my bag, if not a scarf, or you can do it without, you don't need one. Okay, so help yourself down. So you want your spine along the mat. You might need to tuck your pelvis, tuck your chin, just let your knees fall apart. If it's feeling too much this morning, bring one knee up to the sky and just let one leg fall down, and then you can swap sides halfway, which I'll guide you. If not, just let both knees fall away from one another. You can play around with how close or far away your feet are from your body. That may change the sensation for you. And have your hands wherever you feel safest. For some of you, it's tummy. Maybe it's one on your heart, one on your tummy, both on your heart, or maybe you just flop them down by your side. So there's no kind of prescriptive shape here. I want you to kind of lean into that, actually what works for me. How do I feel safest? What kind of experience that I want to have right now? And if you have your hands on your belly or your chest or both, really nice mindfulness practice is to just focus on the sensation of the rise and fall as you breathe. And you can feel that with your hands if you struggle to just feel that by thinking about it. And you may notice it more in your chest or more in your belly. If it's more in your chest, try and move it down into the belly by pulling that diaphragm down just a little bit, not in a kind of tough way, in a gentle way. When you're ready, gently stretch your arms up past your ears and the top of your mat. Take that really big stretch, lengthening the body out from the hips. Bring your knees together gently and knock them together again, stepping the feet wide. Nice and gentle, just allow the hips to reset for a moment. Grab hold of your strap if you're using one, or your scarf. You're going to take your legs nice and long on the mat now, so stretch them out. Oops, sorry, making a racket there. So now you're going to bend one knee, bring it down onto your chest. You're going to flex your foot, bring the strap to the sole of the foot, and then using some tension, just straighten that leg and use the strap to hold it up in the air. So if you have a wall at home, you can practice this against a wall. Actually, that would be when you do the double legs, not this one. You're going to be far away from the wall. What am I saying? Unless you've got a really strange shaped wall or a corner somewhere. But yeah, this is one leg, legs up the wall, so you just have one leg here. Double legs you can do up the wall at home. Really restorative. So we often spend a lot of time on our feet get quite tired. This helps to reverse the blood flow and refreshes parts of the body that sometimes get neglected by our circulation. While you're here, if you want to, you could draw little circles of that foot. It doesn't have to be a big circle, but maybe just kind of loosening up the hip, releasing things from there. Change directions of the circle if you don't want to be still. Sometimes a little bit of movement is actually more relaxing than being stuck in one position.
It was because it was hooked in a loop.
Just come back to some stillness and take a few deep breaths. When you're ready, bend that knee. Take the strap away from your foot and straighten that leg out. Same thing on the other side, so bend your knee into the chest first, flex your foot, bring the strap around the bottom of your foot, and then straighten that leg so the sole of your foot is facing up towards the sky. Put on a really nice yoga outfit and then the biggest granddad socks I could possibly find. Ruined my vibe. So keep breathing.
I need for granddad socks and granddad jumpers.
Yeah, they're kind of cool, right? You can pull that off. So little circles whenever you're ready. Swapping directions of those circles. And then coming back to some stillness, giving the back of that leg a really nice stretch if you can without it being painful. Again, we hold so much tension in our hamstrings. And again, yoga is good for pain relief and releasing tension from the body. Again, more obstacles that get in the way of restorative sleep are if something is achy and sore or injured, painful. That can really affect your sleep, or if there's tension in the body, it's sending the signal that we're not safe, we're not able to relax deeply. We have to stay on high alert, so our sleep can be compromised by tension in the body. And again, we explored this last week when we said the body keeps the score and not the mind always. So often it isn't always your mind stopping you from sleeping. A few more deep breaths and then bend that knee, unhook the strap, stretch both legs out. And then we're going to do that with both legs together. So this is the one you can do up the wall. So bend both knees into the chest, flex your feet. Strap comes over both feet now. And then we bring our double leg raise in. If you need to keep a little bend in your knee to protect your low back, then please do. And here you might want to just gently rock from side to side on the hips if that feels relaxing. You'll notice babies rock. Sometimes you just do it. I don't know if you remember doing exams at school and you'd find your leg bouncing up and down or something like that. The body has really interesting ways of relaxing itself, so just explore that a little bit. If a rocking motion feels soothing to you. Sometimes it's shaking or bouncing. And then come back to some stillness when you're ready. Someone just did a really big yawn, so I presume that it's working. Or that, or you're really bored. Few more deep breaths. And then bending those knees, unhooking the strap, straightening those legs. So we're going to make our way up. If you can, just bring your elbows into your waist here. Bend your elbows and lift your body straight up. If not, you can roll onto one side and make your way up, however. Oh, well done, guys. So we're going to come into a forward fold. We've still got our straps, hooking them around the feet. And then we're just going to use these to bend forward. So again, you're probably not going to go straight down or fold in half like a book. It will be somewhere higher up like this, but we're just, again, stretching out the backs of the legs and activating the parasympathetic nervous system by taking that forward fold and activating the appropriate nerves. So take some deep breaths. As you get more comfortable in the position, maybe you can pull a little bit more on the strap and go into the stretch a little deeper, and then when your body relaxes again, you can go a little bit further, but don't try to go straight there. Again, just noticing if when sensation gets intense, that tension appears in your body. Are you hunching your shoulders up? Are you gritting your teeth, clenching your jaw, frowning maybe? Don't spend energy where it's not needed, so reserve some energy. Okay, so come back up whenever you're ready, and we're going to come lying on our side. So you can pick whichever side you fancy. When you come lying on the side, you want everything stacked. So you want your feet, your knees and your hips stacked over one another. The bottom arm is straight along the floor and you're resting on it. You can use a strap for this next move, but it's quite difficult, so actually I'd probably recommend that you don't bother. You're going to bend up your top leg, so sliding the heel in with the hip turned out, and then you're going to straighten that leg up towards the sky. If you wanted to, you could use your hand to support it a little bit. You can even grab your toes if you're super flexible. I'm not quite there today. So it could be the back of your knee. Wow, go Lisa. Just doing it. So breathing in. Oh, I'm Jamie. Bossing it. Keep breathing, guys. Breathe, breathe, breathe. When you're ready, release that top leg down, bring the sole of the foot to the inner thigh, and you can come into your side lying tree. If it's more comfortable, you can support your head like I'm doing, but stay on the ground if you can. And when you're ready, bend up both knees, and you're just going to stay lying on your side. And this is side lying fetal pose. So you're curled up like a little embryo in the mother's belly, all safe, warm and snuggly. Really nice restorative pose. When you're ready, bring your hands onto the earth in front of you, help yourself up. You're going to change direction, so you're going to lay on the other side, stacking feet, knees and hips, bottom arm outstretched if you want to, or you can support the head, whichever feels best for you. Just make sure your body's in a nice straight line and your legs aren't forward of your body or behind them. Bend that top leg as you slide the heel in towards your groin, and you can grab the toes if you want to. If not, it might be the knee or the calf. Or you don't have to bother, you can just suspend the leg there. So breathe, breathe, breathe. More deep breaths, and then release that top leg, bringing the sole of the foot back to the inner thigh in your side lying tree pose. So hips are open, knee is pointing towards the sky if you can, keeping everything stacked still. So try not to roll forwards or backwards. And when you're ready, curling up into that little ball, lying on your side. You can give your upper body a little hug, a little squeeze here if that feels nice. Or any position with the hands that works best for your body. And you can either come back up, or you can simply roll to lying on your front. So this is our first of our two yin postures. So you're lying on your front. You can have your hands supporting your head or outstretched, however you like. And what you're going to do is bring one knee out to the side and sole of the foot to the inner thigh or calf. So you're laying on your front to do tree pose.
But it can look however you want. If you don't want the feet touching the legs, you can have them spread apart, however feels safest for you. So surrender down into the earth. Start that process of yin, of stillness and nothing, coolness, an inward journey through the layers of physical body, sensations, breath, energy and emotions. Stay in that layer of awareness of everything that arises and unfolds. For you. This one says, as the night gets dark, let your worries fade. Sleep peacefully, knowing you've done all you can do for today. And that's by the lovely Vagal. When you're ready, just change sides with the legs. So straighten out that bent leg and bring the other one out to the side. And again, beginning that process of working through the layers, letting your awareness dance wherever it wants to go, and surrendering and melting down into your pose. And this quote says, let go of every trouble that bothers your heart and mind tonight, and you shall wake up feeling refreshed tomorrow. When you're ready, you can just bring your leg down and roll onto your back. We're going to come into Shavasana, our final relaxation position. So we're going to be here for a little while longer today, so we're taking a longer, more in-depth Yoga Nidra. So if you need cushions under head, blanket under yeah. Socks back on, anything you need to do. So find your most comfortable position. Give me a did you get ready?
My phone went.
Oh,
have a little fidget here, a stretch, a yawn, play around with the tuck of your pelvis, the tuck of your chin. Have your palms flipped up if that's more relaxing, with your fingertips soft. And allow yourself to move into that space of deeper relaxation. Feel your body lying on the surface beneath you. And coming into that place of complete and utter surrender. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to be doing other than being here right now. So let's just start by arriving in the body. Taking a little scan through and noticing where you might be holding some tension. Bringing your awareness to your breath. And with each exhalation, another invitation to soften, soften deeper. And bringing your awareness to the lower part of your lungs. Feeling the ribs expanding as you breathe in and softening when you exhale. Inhaling, creating space in the body, and exhaling, softening into that space. Inhaling space, exhaling, softening. We'll take a gentle rotation of awareness through the body. You don't need to move or do anything with those parts of the body. And we'll focus on gratitude and self-care. Giving yourself time to drop down into your body and listen to it. With self-compassion and love, no judgment. Start with the top of your head, the forehead, the right eye, the left eye, the nose, the mouth, your right cheek, your left cheek, and your whole face, your right ear, your left ear, the back of your head, and the front, sides and back of your neck. Bringing awareness to the right shoulder, the right upper arm, the right forearm, the right hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, fourth finger, little finger, the whole of your right hand, the whole of your right arm. Moving your awareness over to the left shoulder, the left upper arm, the left forearm, the left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, fourth finger, little finger, and the whole of your left hand, the whole of your left arm. Bringing your gentle, loving awareness to your throat, your collarbone, the heart, the belly, and the bowl of your pelvis. Moving your awareness down into the right hip, the right thigh, the right lower leg, and the right foot. Your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. The whole of your right foot, the whole of your right leg. Drifting moving carefully and lovingly over to your left hip, your left thigh, the left lower leg, and the left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, and the whole of the left foot, the whole of the left leg. Moving down into the tailbone, the lower back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, and your whole back. Moving to the back of the neck and the top of the head. Feeling into the whole right side of your body and the whole left side of your body. Sending gratitude for the entire of your body, the whole body together, lying on the floor in Shavasana. Feeling the whole body filled with golden, glowing lights. Rejuvenated, calm, and complete. And now let your awareness rest in your feet, feeling the weight of the heels, grounded and safe. And observing which other parts of the body are in contact with the surface beneath you, supported and held by the earth. Feeling that connection change when you breathe. Inhaling lightness or space. Exhaling, being held and supported. Observing your breath and the way the body gently receives that breath, your natural organic breath. Maybe you'd like to count your breath, perhaps counting to 4 when you inhale and 6 when you exhale. Or whichever number suits your body best. Feeling the breath flowing through you, through your body. Maybe like waves of the ocean. Inhaling, receiving. Exhaling, washing away anything that no longer serves you. You can keep this rhythm of the breath, or if you like, just let it go. And guiding your awareness into your nostrils, observing the texture and temperature of the air as you inhale and exhale. Maybe it's warmer when it leaves and cooler as it comes in. Feeling qualities of your breath, lightness, drifting, grounding and softening. Feel that you have all of those qualities inside you, light and grounded, relaxing and drifting into sleep. Now gently bringing your awareness to something that you are grateful for. And if you can't think of anything, maybe just focusing on having this moment, this safe and protected moment from the outside world. gratitude into your mind, letting images come to you and drift away. Maybe now you're drifting into sleep or deep relaxation. Maybe your mind is still active, and that's okay. There's no failure in Yoga Nidra. You're still giving your body and mind a nurturing rest. Drop deeper down into your body and listen to what it's trying to tell you. Is there anywhere that you're still holding tension in your body? With each exhale, allow that part of the body to soften even more. Each exhalation, release, soften, relax deeply. Drifting, floating, resting. Just spend the next few minutes in this space. When you're ready, just bring your awareness back into the room, back into your body, lying on the floor, feeling the edges of your body and how the air brushes over the parts that aren't covered by clothing or props. Bringing some gentle movement into the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Taking a nice full body stretch, reaching your arms out past your ears. And when you're ready, rolling onto one side, whichever side feels safest for you. And staying there for a moment, so give your upper body a nice big hug, a nice big squeeze, taking a little smile to yourself if that feels okay right now. And then in your own time, making your way up to sitting. Just take a little moment to adjust, and then we will end our session today with a few final healing breaths together. So taking a nice deep breath down into your belly, bring your arms wide and all the way up above to touch the palms together. Taking an even bigger, even deeper exhale, really breathe out anything you want to let go and touch the earth. And again, breathing in deep, deep down into the belly. Even bigger, even deeper exhale. One more time up. This time, leave your hands in prayer position. Take them slowly down as you exhale, down past your third eye and onto your heart, relaxing your elbows. Bringing your chin down onto your chest and taking a bow of your beautiful, rejuvenating, restorative practice this morning. And taking time to allow your body to get the rest and healing that it needs. A bow to each other for the shared group energy and the space that you hold for one another. And I bow to you for practicing